All right. We're recording. I'm here and I'm present and I'm very focused.
Yeah, sounds like it already.
Yeah.
I'm very present. My parents are in bed.
Why are your parents, y'all, welcome to the show. Why are your
They went
parents
to
in
bed
bed?
at 9:45.
Why?
I'm not complaining.
So now you're just drinking yourself into a stupor?
I love them, but Jesus. Uh they go to bed, then they put their dog Muffin to bed. She's in the laundry room because they're afraid a bear will get her.
That's fucking country.
Well, we've had bear attacks recently.
Have you told
So
them you've been attacked by many a bear?
Hello, this is Captain Poodle speaking. Are you ready to find love?
Yes, ahoy, matey.
Love.
Do-do-do-do.
Exciting and new. Go online. They're catfishing you.
Shocker.
Fiancé. Soon you'll be flying to parts unknown. 90-day Beyonce. Marrying someone you only met on your phone. Be they French or Chinese, a brand new K1 visa's the key.
Ooh, the key to what, Poodle?
To love. It's 90-day gate. Let's love.
Y'all, we're doing a show. I'm in Los Angeles, sweating my ass off because it's hot here, and we don't
and
have
I'm
air conditioning.
in Pickens, South Carolina, in rural upstate South Carolina, where we are awaiting maybe some hurricane stuff. But I'm in the mountains where it's beautiful and surrounded by animal head trophies.
That's true. So just so, because
So
everybody will worry, and I don't want them to come at us so much, but you're fine if the hurricane comes, right?
I'm fine. Oh yeah, I'm in the upstate.
Okay. And you'll be gone by
Worst
then.
thing, yeah, I'm leaving Wednesday morning,
Okay.
so I'm probably going to be gone before any storms hit.
What airport do you fly out of?
GSP, Greenville Spartanburg, which
Oh,
is fucking ridiculous because it costs so much money.
oh, I bet.
All small airports are ridiculous.
I
And every time I fly out of that airport, I am searched by like the fucking Keystone Cops Barney Fife.
Maybe he's like, ooh, it's that fag boy, and he looks kind of sexy, and this is my one shot of homosexuality every year, Cletus. Go get him, Daryl. Go get him. That's what they
Poor
say. Oh,
Daryl.
poor
He
Daryl.
does feel up my inseam every time.
You know what? You need to have a positive attitude. You could be that man's joy.
I don't want to be anyone's joy who's 30 years older than me,
Because he has to go home and
unless he's got money.
have sex with someone who probably looks and acts like Angela.
Or you remember Hee Haw and that woman who wears curlers and irons and just screams, rat, rat, rat.
She's kind of my
That,
spirit animal.
yeah.
But that's true. What was
I,
her name?
Hazel? I
Really?
don't know. We need to look that up. She just kind of screamed all the time. Y'all, if y'all on the Sissy Squad or anybody else knows, come at us about this. Who was that woman on Hee Haw with curlers who ironed all the time?
She did iron all the time. Y'all know, I love that we already asked them because we never look up anything. Maybe, hey Siri, who's that woman on Hee Haw with the curlers who irons all the time?
Uh, that was helpful.
Siri said I didn't get that. Screw you, Siri. So, oh
Um,
well.
anyway, I'm having a time with my parents. They're great. And by great, I mean getting on my every last fucking nerve. Actually, it just tells you where I came from today, where my father has gotten severely into making muscadine wine, his own muscadine wine,
Oh, and we know about that
which
from
I'm
Southern Charm. It's not
which
good.
I'm drinking right now. It's you know what? We don't have any good wine, but it gets the job done.
Isn't it really
Uh,
strong and sweet?
It's strong. This kind that he makes isn't that sweet, because he made it with really specific types of muscadines.
That's very cultural of your father to make that. Good for him. I'm proud for him.
No, someone gave this to him. The kind that he makes is not good. Anyway, so we went to the wine store today, and we were getting the navigation system to take us there. And my mother screamed, because I had mine on a British voice, and my mother screamed, "Turn that thing off! Her voice is pissing me off!" And I had to look into my future, and because everyone makes fun of how sensitive I am to sound, I get it really honestly.
I mean, that's going to be me on a road trip to some live show with you 10 years from now, hopefully.
Yeah. Anyway, everyone's good.
I did have somebody ask me on the Instagram, did we ever figure out when we did our Southern Charm podcast, if you listened to that this week, that was also what Jake was in South Carolina for that. The power went off in the middle of our fucking episode. And somebody's just asking, is everything okay?
I can tell you what happened. Someone down the road hit a telephone pole or a power line. And they got killed in a car wreck.
Oh, what? That is so. Every Southern story ends in tragedy.
It does.
You are right about that.
Our power was back on by like 3:30, so it was fine.
Well, bless his heart. I hope he doesn't have kids, or she doesn't.
They were like a meth head, I'm sure. That's the deal. Everyone's a meth head nowadays.
That's true. Well, this show is for them.
But you know what? They're all thin.
They're all thin.
I tell you what, everybody on the gay apps up here are meth heads.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I've had to have a very strict vetting process.
Because, I'm sure.
If they come at me after 10 p.m., I know something's going on.
Yeah. And if their jaw's kind of moving side to side.
And not in a good way.
And none of them are tops, too. So, which is not going to be, because if they're just some bottom who says that they're a top, well, heck, on meth, they can't. Y'all, in case you don't know, this is educational. Your penis doesn't work very well when you're on methamphetamine.
I wasn't aware of that, but that's good to know.
I learned that when I was a meth counselor. So, because I've never done it, but when I learned that, that's why a lot of them end up getting HIV, because they just go to a gay sex spa and have sex for 12 hours repeatedly with a bunch of guys.
So let's start the show.
So, Rebecca, speaking of being surrounded by a bunch of guys in a smoky, sweaty room, let's talk about Rebecca and Zia.
So, y'all, we haven't mentioned before, this is 90 Days Gays. We're the worst to mention the name of our show.
I like that we're 7 minutes into the show. Welcome to the 90 Days Gays. I'm Maddie.
90 Days Gays.
That's what I said. 90 Days Gays. I'm Maddie.
With your lisp, it doesn't make it sound like that way. And I'm Poodle.
Y'all, we're excited to be here. We have a big announcement.
It's late at night. I kind of want to watch Interview with a Vampire, and I paused it.
Please don't masturbate.
Y'all, that's a good movie.
Please don't masturbate in your parents' home.
I can masturbate in my bedroom, but
you're too old for that.
I'm always worried in my parents' room or my parents' home if someone will come in and bind me. I'm still worried about that.
Well, and bind you or find you?
And
I could tell.
Nancy, I bind you.
Nancy, I bind you.
No, and find me.
Oh.
Find me.
Well,
anyway, let's talk about the show.
Yes, and so y'all, we're going to shout up this out more, and we'll give you more details at the end of the show. But y'all, we hit 100 reviews for this show, and that's because of our Sissy Squad.
I must say, though, to add a caveat to this, I asked for 100 reviews, and we had 100 ratings. So I don't know if I can give our full musical episode.
Yeah, we have 77 full reviews and 114 5 stars. You can do it.
Fine, I'll do it. Fine, I'll do it, you assholes.
Anyway, thank you, y'all. So
thank you.
More details to come.
I kind of got teary-eyed, but I think it was all the allergies I've had when I've been here.
That's true.
Anywho.
Well, Rebecca was getting teary-eyed because we open up with Rebecca and Zied, and last episode, I didn't think Ziad was getting that crazy, but this episode, he got a little
Well,
freaked out.
To be honest, she's walking around with bare tattooed arms, and all the Arabic guys are like, whoa, 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 because they're freaked out because they've never seen anything like it. Now, she could have been respectful of the culture.
But as Rebecca said, all I did was take my jacket off.
Yeah, but it's fucking Arabia. You can't do that.
You're right, though. They were all looking at her like cartoon characters with their eyes popping out.
Well, I had a real problem with this because I wrote, know where you are.
I really bothered me, too. I mean, I do think Ziad got super jealous, but at the same time...
I agree.
But I also feel like it wasn't necessarily a jealousy thing. It's more he is worried about the safety of her life.
I am for Joe. As we have heard him say once. I actually really believe he could kill a man. He's got this look in his eye that he could easily kill a man.
That turns you on, doesn't it?
A little.
Wow. Wow, I'm going to have to vet your boyfriend whenever you settle down with one.
I like it when they can kind of protect you.
There really wasn't.
You don't know what's going to happen.
You don't. Actually, I have to say, there really wasn't a ton. I don't feel like we need to talk about Rebecca and Ziad a lot.
Not a lot.
She's just chewing on her lip, worried.
She's just chewing on her lip. I want to talk about the traditional Tunisian clothes that he got for her. That I wrote down. Does it kind of remind anyone of Gay Pride Day at the Cherokee Reservation?
A little bit.
Because everything was like rainbow.
Yes.
But then a weird kind of like, almost like damask.
Mm-hmm.
It was very strange.
And you know what?
Her big tatas wouldn't even fasten.
And you know what? This is unplanned, but I think this calls for a love. I always want to say Love Island, a 90-day gaze theater of when Ziad's reaction of when Rebecca walked out in the outfit, and when he was immediately turned on. So
it's going to be who?
You're always Ziad.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, and scene.
Anyway, and scene.
Okay, so what do you think? Does it look all right? I mean, it won't really fasten.
Oh, you're beautiful. Oh, you look like mother.
I don't look fat. I look okay.
No, you're same age as mother. You're beautiful.
What?
No, let me fasten here. You look like Gay Pride Parade.
Why is there a wet spot in your pants?
Oh, I eat hummus before.
And scene. There we go. He literally, I thought he was going to just jump her bones right there.
It was really, I wish I had a deeper voice, y'all, because his voice is so deep,
yes,
it's disturbing.
I love you. You for
like
me. I for you.
I am for you.
I am for you.
It's disturbing.
It's disturbing. Shout out to the editor in this episode that just, we jumped, I don't know, we were seeing like Tim or Caesar or somebody, and we jumped back to Rebecca and Ziad. And shout out to the editor who just cut to a scene of cats just eating raw meat on the street.
Y'all, whoever the editor is for this episode and for all the non-America episodes, goes right to the quick of what living in a non-American country is.
He definitely helps paint a picture for maybe some of these people.
Like, it shows where Nigeria is, and like Michael is just like washing off in an alley.
In an alley, literally in an alley. And like when Tim says, "Oh, it's so beautiful out," and then they just cut to a bunch of trash just on the ground.
And at one point, I won't say this much more about this, but Benjamin is like, "So this is Nigeria's nice."
Oh, that was Ben. Yes, Ben said that. Yeah. Anyway,
there's goats.
And that's about it. I think we're going to have more of them next week because, y'all, she's meeting the parents and Ziad is about to shit his pants. And she keeps saying, I'm going to throw up.
It's going to be a fucking nightmare.
I don't know. We'll see. Their parents, like you said, his parents were like the most normal.
They're a little woke for Tunisians.
But she's making no effort to cover up those tattoos, really.
Yeah, she should have worn really long sleeves.
It's like your coworker at work who has like, a breast tattoo, which is fine, but when she's working as a teacher or whatever she does and she just wears something sheer, or like that guy who has neck tattoos and thinks a polo shirt's going to cover it up, that's not going to happen.
No, and y'all in the South, we know how to cover things up that people won't like.
We do. We do.
That's just we're not going to put it out there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Anyway,
should we move on?
Speaking of putting it out there, or basically just that picture you posted of that frog was maybe the most perfect thing I've ever seen of Darcy ever.
I could not stop laughing.
Y'all,
if you haven't seen our Sissy Squad picture, I posted with Tom saying hi and Darcy like as a frog throwing her legs open to him.
It's pretty spot on. I think it was all over like Reddit or Twitter or something. So, but we didn't originate it, but I appreciated you posting it. Let's talk about Darcy and Tom.
So anyway, we've had some people from our Sissy Squad and friends of mine who like the show say the one that I cannot watch is Darcy because they find it painful what she does for attention. And I must agree, like sometimes she's hard to watch.
I don't get pained I understand that, but I don't get pained by her because A, she's doing this again, and B, y'all, again, on the Sissy Squad, thank y'all because we said we posted and we never fucking did. Thank you for posting, listener, the video of their twin show. So to me, it's like...
Thanks for doing that because we're like losers.
That song was catchy. But I don't feel bad for her because she wants this. She wants the fame. So I don't really...
You're right.
It's not, but I understand. I was really, y'all, I've worked at a makeup counter. I have my own set of makeup. Darcy has a fucking...
I've never heard that before.
No, Darcy has a fucking like Sephora counter that she carries with her ever. That's too much makeup for one person to carry, y'all.
And she puts on makeup desperately. I've never seen anyone put on makeup so quickly, like the rapture is coming and she has to get ready or she's not going to go to heaven.
It's true. It's true.
I wrote that she's too desperate to be beautiful.
She is. Boy, y'all.
That is real.
That's a deep cut. If you're out there and you feel desperate to feel beautiful, you might want to process that. Because you don't need to feel desperate.
You can just watch Darcy and you're like, I am normal.
I am normal. And you are beautiful just the way you are. Just like that song.
So Darcy and their Tom, they are going to play cricket.
Yes.
And Darcy, of course, is taking a long time to get ready. And Tom is like, as normal, making like British snobby statements.
Yes.
And he's like waiting at the door and she's like, oh, it's so sweet. It's like you're waiting at the altar. No. He's waiting at the door.
I mean, literally, she walked up. She was like, it's like you're waiting at the altar. It's like we're going to get married.
He's doing the opposite. He's waiting to leave.
I mean, woo.
Yeah. So we also find out later when they're in the cab that Darcy wants him, instead of going to I can't even remember what it is, San like Marinaco or San Marinino or San Marinico or San Carmino or San Carmina Burana. They decide to she's like, Stacy's in Albania. And number one, it's not like you can just change your plane ticket to go to Albania like that.
No. I actually thought that was really, 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 honestly rude.
I did this is another deep cut. I did a school report when I was in 4th grade on Albania. I did not find. I thought this was probably, I was like 4th or 5th grade. They were kind of living oppressed then.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah. As Tom said,
their flag is a big black falcon.
As Tom said, it's just a communist country. But
I think it's not communist anymore.
What was it? Darcy said, and he said, do you want to go to Albania? And she's like, I don't know.
It's just beautiful. It's just.
She's never been there, and he's like, I have proof that San Capistrano or wherever the fuck is gorgeous because I just went there. And she's like, I just want you to meet Stacy and her Albanian friend because I want our guys to know each other.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
And right after that, she says, come here and warm me up.
I mean, it's
and
just
grabs him.
She's like that, y'all. She's like that rescue dog that just won't leave you. That no matter what you do, no matter
you can kick that motherfucker.
You could Caesar Milan the fuck out of that dog, and it's always just gonna want to sit on your lap and just love. And even when you're in its lap, it's just gonna look up at you and just put its paw towards your face. That's Stacy. Love me,
please.
And also too, y'all, this is what I've said. This is what the problem adult twins that choose to be just alike and maybe live with one another is that if you
and maybe scissor with one another
and we don't know, but if you can't be with someone for 2 days without having to get your twin sister's approval, you might want to process that. That might not be good. Although
it's definitely a red flag.
Tom might be excited because this might be the fucking threesome he's always wanted. Because every straight man wants to have sex with twin girls, y'all.
Is that true?
Oh yes, they do.
I guess I wanted to have sex with twin guys, but I wouldn't want them to fuck each other.
No, I don't think
because that would gross me out.
That would gross me out. But I'm pretty sure straight men don't care. They're pigs.
Okay, I get that.
Y'all, if you're a straight man,
you're really close to your mic, and I'm hearing you pop.
Oh, I'm sorry. If you're a straight man and you want to have sex with twins, come at us anonymously and just let us know. We won't reveal your name.
I'll say it. I'll call you the fuck out.
Although you will be probably one of 3 straight male listeners of this show, so
I'm glad I hear a car outside your house.
Sorry.
Someone's got their windows open, y'all, and I'm letting him have it.
I have to because it's hot.
It's
turn down the
nice
gain.
and balmy in my parents' sunroom.
Is that better? I turned down the gain.
It's a lot better.
Okay, good.
I want to talk about the lovely dinner that we have after the cricket training, but I will say that Darcy in cricket pads looks like some type of you remember that the strange thing on or the one on Wally that the Wally loved, the robot? That's what Darcy looks like in the cricket pads.
It is. It made her actually a little more lovable to me.
Because she was clumsy?
Because she was clumsy and she was kind of all in to do it. I was like, okay, good for you. Why not?
So we go into dinner. And y'all, this is the best dinner we've ever had. And this is a good indication to start with another episode of 90 Days Theater.
Oh. Okay.
So this is, you know how it is when you feel like you're saying something and the person you're talking to hears something else completely?
Mm-hmm.
This is it.
Okay.
So anyway,
I'll begin.
Here we go. He's going to be Darcy. I'm going to be Tom.
And scene. You're just, honestly, you blow me away left and right. Like, since I arrived, I never felt like such a woman. I'm like, wow, it's real.
I really don't think you just say that because I feel that it's just a table for two and there's like a fire over there and it's something, I think you need to stop overshooting it.
But I just feel so in awe a lot of the time. Like, you're the guy I've always dreamt of. Like,
oh, hello. She's gonna have a big glass of wine. Whatever you have. She's gonna have the biggest glass you have.
So sweet. You're taking care of me. You're taking care of me.
I need to get you rip-roaring drunk so you'll shut up.
What?
To be honest.
Did you say you want me to suck up your penis? Is that what you meant?
No,
what?
I feel like you're not listening to me. I feel like here's the thing. I just want to know how you. I don't need to tell you how I feel about you. You should know by what I'm giving you.
Does that mean you want to go do it right now in the bathroom?
Sigh.
And sing.
Yes. Actually, I will say one thing where she takes her finger and puts it in cheesecake and puts it in his mouth. And I almost lost my dinner. And he goes, and she said, how's it taste? And he goes, like cheesecake?
That was amazing.
Y'all, that whole scene went exactly that way. And it was like watching a car wreck.
It was like
it was
watching
not pleasant.
Oh, man. She's just...
Anyway.
I don't know what's going to happen to her. I don't know what's going to... Because as soon as he said you can put that on your finger, she literally lit up like a sissy in a dick tree. Just...
She dug that finger so deep in that, and he's like, oh, not that far. Stop that. Stop it now.
It was a lot.
Shall we move on to your middle school civics teacher, who is Benjamin?
Yes. Hold on 1 second. I'm just going to make sure. Yeah, I'm going to make sure the recording kind of blips. So I'm going to stop it and re-record just to make sure. And okay, great.
Should we move on to Benjamin, who is your middle school civics teacher? And y'all,
Benjamin.
You know your middle school civics teacher loved pep rallies. That was the one thing he loved more than anything else in the world.
Ours was Mr. Stinson, and he loved them.
What is that? They all loved pep rallies.
He loved them. He also told us the Civil War wasn't about slavery. So I don't know if that's fully...
I was told that too.
Yeah.
And the funniest thing is, Oklahoma had zero to do with the Civil War. South Carolina had so much to do with it.
I think Oklahoma claims to it because we needed an identity because we don't have one.
You weren't even there. You weren't even a state then.
I know. It was literally 50 years before we were even a state.
It was just Native Americans.
I know. Because all the Native Americans lived in Louisiana, and we hadn't pushed them on the Trail of Tears and killed thousands of them to go to Oklahoma yet.
Lovely.
Lovely.
Anyway, so Benjamin, y'all, your middle school civics teacher.
They are coming back from the airport, and that's when we see that Nairobi does not look great. And then
he touches it, and he's like, it's ... You can hear the ellipses in his voice, and he goes, it's nice.
Nice. And then she kisses him, and then he says, quote, you're my dark chocolate. And she says, and you're my vanilla ice cream. And y'all,
and I said, there's never been a better apt description of Benjamin than vanilla ice cream.
Than the vanilla. That grossed me out. And I'm even into that, y'all, but that still grossed me out. It was just, ugh.
There was something about it. No one should refer to someone as an actual confection. I should not refer to someone as my dark chocolate. It's gross.
It also...
You've even said, I think you said on national television, I like chocolate.
That was... I was talking about a Snickers bar.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Actually, you didn't say that. You said Mama likes chocolate. And people tell the story about when someone said, it's so sweet. When he said, he also said, Mama needs a new car. And a woman said, it's so sweet, he's going to pay for his mother to have a new car.
It's true, y'all. I was on a game show years ago with William Shatner, and so he asked me what I was going to do if I won money, and I said, Mama needs a new car, and someone literally said, he's going to get his mama a new car. That is so sweet of him. And then also, he said something about chocolate or sweet, and I said, Mama loves chocolate, and it was kind of a wink because, yes, obviously
And everyone was horrified.
That knew me. But William Shatner was fine. And then one of our friends, Allie, her mother actually, Rose, thought I meant chocolate and actually sent me a little button. Remember that was on her refrigerator, and every time you press it, it said, I love chocolate.
It's in my house now.
Yeah, she still buys me chocolate because she just says, "I know you love chocolate," and I'm like, I'm not saying anything.
Yeah, chocolate dick.
Baby.
Wow. So anyway, there are goats, y'all.
They are.
There are goats in Nairobi. And they're not going to the Airbnb, it turns out.
Which he's already paid for, which I was a little offended by.
They're going to his brother's house where they're going to stay.
And Tim literally looks like he's going to shit his pants. I mean, literally. He is. This is why I think Tim and Akini are kind of in for the real thing because, first of all, when they kiss, they practically attack one another.
Benjamin
and Akini.
Oh, that kiss, y'all, was like a junior high makeout. That had something behind it.
Yeah. His huge erection that we've seen in his pants, y'all. Benjamin is hung like a horse.
Y'all, he's got the thickest dick.
You can still see it in those. He's wearing Gap chinos for all to see.
I swear to God, that dick is, as we say, THICC thick.
Thick.
It's like thick.
It's true.
I'm telling you, I know these things. He has got a fat dick.
This is why, because you see that he is not attractive, yet he has been with beautiful women.
Yeah, and you know what? At about 12:30 at night sometimes, I would invite him to come over because I'd get a pic of it. That's real talk.
He'd be like, I want to turn all the lights so I can see your beautiful eyes. And you say, shut up, turn off the lights and just...
Turn them off!
You just like reach over and shatter your light bulb. It won't work.
My spotlight? Where's my... Turn all the lights off.
I mean, of course, they do something on this show that I kind of get annoyed at, where Akini's like, I should have told him this before, but I didn't.
It's the thing on this show.
I'm like, I get the gimmick, y'all. But did you notice how when he finally met her brother, like his brother didn't even want to look at him in the eye?
I liked it when they walked in the brother's house, and it was like when you walk in, imagine that you walked into your house for Thanksgiving dinner and you were wearing drag.
Yes.
That was what it would be like.
You know, I think
open mouth.
I think my family would be fine with it now, but maybe my family 10 years ago.
Yeah.
For sure. And then they sit
or
down.
You walked in with your earrings that you walked
My father would chew them out of my ear.
Mm-hmm. Y'all, he had hoop earrings, and they were absurd.
They were not good.
Looked like the genie from Aladdin.
It's true, a very gay genie. And Benjamin just sits down on the couch, and they're like, tell us a little bit about yourself. And he says, well, I'm from Phoenix. It's
a desert. And y'all, I wrote down, I could feel that nervous laughter in my spine.
That's like...
It was so... I wrote this the creepiest nervous laughter I've ever heard.
It reminded me of like when I used to do stand-up comedy, and there would be like a straight guy comic who would try to tell like dick jokes or Me Too jokes after Me Too, and people either thought it wasn't funny at all, or if they did think it was funny, they were just terrified to laugh. It was like that uncomfortable.
It was nervous laughter, yeah.
Yeah, and just kind of groan.
The next thing that happens is when Nagini, Hakini?
Nagini is the fucking snake in Harry Potter, you asshole. Wow.
What's her name? Kamini?
Nagini is what is in Benjamin's pants.
Yes, Nagini. So she's like, so where's my gift? And he's like, oops.
It's like, I didn't have time to get you one. Meaning, you could have just gone to the fucking gift store at the Phoenix airport.
The duty-free shop at the Nairobi airport.
Do you know how many layovers he had? You know this wasn't a direct flight. Like, he had all the fucking time in the world to buy this fucking gift.
Yeah, something was going on there.
Yeah, he's stupid. Benjamin is kind of a man-child. He's stuck in, like, adolescence. I don't feel like he's probably a very responsible person.
I agree. And when he was talking to her brother, he's been married before, and I will tell you, that Fidel That's the most intense man I've ever met in my life, and I would be terrified.
He was very serious.
Yes. And you probably were turned on by him.
Very much so.
There we go.
Very much so. Yeah, very much so. And then he was pissed about that. And then, so then she like, and then that's when she's like, okay, well, I'm out. Going to my mom. See you later. And
yeah,
then,
what was that?
I don't know. They do though. They want to fuck so badly. I just want to see.
Do.
I hope we get to see that.
I don't think we're going to get to see them fucking. Pretty sure.
One more thing I think that added to his brother's intensity is when he's sitting down with him and he said, hey, I want to know your intentions with my sister. So you have wife. Is she alive? Because we will kill her. That's what I feel like he wanted to finish that sentence as.
You need to get your house in order.
You need to get your house in order. What is her address? You can Venmo me later. She will be gone.
Just snap your fingers.
Just if you want her dead, blink twice. If you say no, I'll kill you.
It was disturbing.
It was disturbing.
Very disturbing.
It was disturbing.
Shall we move on to
our next
everyone's favorite
lonely heart?
wreck, Avery?
Avery, whatever.
So the big thing that she's been disappointed in Omar about is didn't set up the wedding. And I do like Terry, the mom, saying, bitch, you had one job.
You had one job.
We flew to fucking Lebanon.
But
all you had to do was get a sheik, which I kept thinking shake, and I wanted a shake.
Now I want to go to Brahms. Y'all, if you know Brahms, come at us, because we love Brahms.
Brahms is an Oklahoma/North Texas chain that very few people know about.
But it's very good ice cream, y'all.
I don't think I ever went. I only saw it.
No, you did have it once.
Oh, really? Maybe I did have it once when I was drunk.
Because you told me you used to like the hamburgers there.
The hamburgers were good there. I did go there.
See, now there she was. Oh, I love a hot fudge shake.
Anyway.
But maybe, I wonder, I know I was a little upset at Omar, and then I thought, oh, wait. They probably don't even have fucking phones or like electricity in Syria because there's a goddamn war. Like,
but they have it in Beirut where they were.
But don't you think probably literally he was trying to call them on literally a tin can with a rope, and then a bomb blew up the rope, and he was like, "Fuck."
This is maybe controversial. Oh, I don't think that he wants them to get married.
You think he wants? Do you think he, now that he's seen her, he's like, nope?
No, I think he wants to get the fuck out of Syria.
So you don't think he's in love with her?
No, and that's awful to say.
I think I kind of can see, because he said like she was immature. I think he is way more grown up than her. I know he's like 24, but he's 40 to grow up where he's grown up. Yeah.
I think he's biding his time. He's like, he's rationalized it for himself. This is the way I'm going to get out of Syria.
Yeah. Can you blame him?
No, I'd do the same thing.
I would too.
I'd marry a woman to get out of Syria.
Me too. Boy.
I'd have sex with women to get out of Syria, and that's saying a lot.
And they'd say, Jake's still here after 50 years. And you're like, I'm just trying to convince somebody to find the right woman, but nobody's that stupid.
I will say, so Avery said something. My favorite is when she's still going to go back to Syria to live with
I know exactly what you're going to say.
And she says she might try to do something crazy like, I don't know, take me back to the U.S. because that would be out of her range that would be crazy.
That would be crazy.
Although, I got to give Terry something. It made me actually tear up a little bit. Terry says, I want to see my daughter get married. If I have to do whatever I have to do, I'm going to see her get married because she wants this.
And when she said, I want to see my grandkids. Yeah, I tear it up too. You know why? Because shout out to all our moms out there, because even in another fucking country, a mama gets it done.
My mother would let me get married to a Syrian man. Actually, she wouldn't. What am I talking about?
No. My mother would pay for someone to kidnap me, and then in about 6 months, I'd walk in, I'd hear this concrete, the door would open, and she'd come in and she'd say, "Did you make your mind up, baby doll? Are we done with this now?"
And then she'd deprogram you.
Yep. And I'd say, "Okay, Mom, I'll go." She's like, "Good." And then she put
Good. We can go home.
"We can go home now." She's like, "And I'll make you some chicken Kiev. Thank you, Mama." My mother used to make that for my father. He loved it.
I'm sure he did. That's such a Better Homes and Gardens recipe. That's ridiculous.
That was our fancy dinner where she made chicken Kiev. That, y'all, that's got like a million things of butter in it. That's fat people food.
It does.
It was good.
It is. So they go to a mosque, and Terry to basically ask if they can get married. So they just basically did the equivalent of showing up to a church and say, "So can we get hitched here?"
Basically.
And Terry puts on the Muslim covering, which I thought was amazing.
I was too. I was impressed.
And at the very end, so they're asking about this, and they find out that the sheikh will marry them like in a couple days, and she'll get to see her daughter get married.
Yep.
But my favorite comes at the very end when she said, "I really admire Avery for putting this on, but she was a Muslim, but it was very, very warm, and she hasn't been a Muslim in the summer yet."
And I thought, and we're back.
My mother was watching it with me and died. My mother went, "Ha ha ha!" That's good.
What did your mom think of this show? Did she have so many questions that annoyed you?
Would say, "These people are fucking crazy." That's what she said.
I bet she'll start watching it.
I can't disagree. And my father watched for a little bit, and he went, "Oh, they're just doing this so they can get visas." I'm like, "Oh, brilliant.
Wow.
Brilliant.
Your father could be a detective."
Dad. And he's like, "Brilliant deduction." And he's like, "So that's what's going on?" I'm like, "Yeah, really?" Anyway, so I want to talk about one grammar thing that Avery keeps saying over and over again. Me and Omar are going to blah, 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 blah. Nope. Omar and I are going to get married.
That's true. She says that.
Omar and I need to find a place to get married.
You and Chrissy are bothered by that. Something that
me and Omar need to get married. Oh, she sounds so uneducated.
That's an American education for you.
Yeah.
I will say there's something I was bothered by, but she said like Omar says in Syria, there's no power, there's no water. It's going to be hard, but it's not like that all the time, right?
I wrote that down too.
Like
so
on Saturday and Sunday, they turn it back on so we can party.
There's not water and off. The water and power aren't off all the time, right?
It's a little bit scary, but if he can do it, so can I.
Bombs that are shelling constantly.
I'm kind of like, bitch, you deserve everything you're going to get from this. Well, I hope she doesn't die. She doesn't deserve that.
I agree. That was all I had about that mess.
Well, let's talk about some Donald Trump underwear. From our next lonely heart, Angela.
Y'all, I think we could actually get Angela on this podcast.
And I would love it. I would go visit her in person. She'd meet us halfway in Branson.
She would.
And I just heard they opened up a Paula Deen restaurant in Branson.
I want to start out by saying that Angela she has not abandoned the single curtain panels as decorations for her windows.
She hasn't cleaned her bedroom either.
No. So we do see Trump boxers, and we see huge, and I wrote down, if there's ever been a red flag, that's one.
If your spouse has Donald Trump underwear, run.
Yeah.
Run.
Also, a red flag is when you're talking to your daughter about handcuffs and lotions and all kinds of stuff. You're going to get sex toys for your boyfriend. And poor Skyla's like, please don't ever do this.
When she
Please.
said, it's huge, and she said, boy, is it huge. And Skyla's like, wow.
Mama. And then Skyla says something like, what if he's still cheating? And the quote unquotable I have is, why'd you put that in my thought?
People say that where I'm from.
Her one thought is so fragile. Her thought, you don't want to put anything in her thought. Why'd you put that in my thought?
Why'd you put that in my thought? Shout out to Angela in the Sissy Squad who said, we really thought, because she said it best when she said, you really think Rebecca shopping for lingerie is going to be the most disturbing you see a mother do with her daughter on this show? Nope.
Not the handcuffs, not the lube, not all the crazy shit. Nope.
I mean,
definitely the grossest.
She's probably try to find a picture of her grandkids on her mama's phone and probably seen her mom's tits.
Oh, yeah.
Or a vagina.
They have definitely traded nudes.
And
That's
whip.
So gross.
It was great. And then
what was that? And she whipped her daughter with it.
And she said, Michael and I have amazing sexual chemistry.
And Skyla throws up inside her mouth.
She does. And then she goes, oh, fuck, my name's Skyla. Y'all,
I'm never going to go anywhere.
I'm never going anywhere. Y'all, if your mother has no boundaries, that's a red flag. That's a red flag.
Come at us and tell us stories of your mother who has no boundaries. The person I'm talking with, his mother has had challenging boundaries. She has told him.
She just asked about my sexual practices years ago and responded with, I'm sensuous, when I told her that I'm not going to talk about it. What, Matthew? I'm sensuous.
Gross.
Sensuous woman. I just want to call out something else in the bedroom. Or I don't know if you want to move on yet, but there was something.
You can tell me.
Another red flag might be, y'all, if you have a cheap ass stencil above your bed that just says love. And it kind of looked like a sticker that you put on your MacBook because you love Sailor Moon, or you put a sticker on your Trapper Keeper in middle school. That might be a red flag that you don't know how to decorate.
Well, she loves curtain panels too, so just single curtain panels, not
single
both
curtain panels. And then lastly, what the fuck happened to her front door? It looks like there was gun violence. Did you see when they walked out? Her door was all beat in.
Someone had tried to get in, like Skyla's husband, who probably was arrested for domestic violence.
Probably.
Tried to get in.
Probably.
Something was going on there.
And then they go to the airport and all the kids are with the Meemaw. Her kids are beautiful, I will say.
Imagine if that was your Meemaw. Imagine if Angela was your Meemaw.
Imagine if your grandkid's telling your Meemaw that she's basically dick crazy and she needs to break up with her boyfriend. Then you might want to process that.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, that the older girl was like, Meemaw, you need to break up with him if he's not coming out. And I was like, your grandchildren are smarter than you.
Then she's on the plane and she screams something that no one else has ever said. Yeah, Nigeria, baby! Even if you have gone to Nigeria, you say Cancun, baby.
Yeah, you say Vegas.
You say Vegas, baby. You say
you might
Barcelona, baby.
You might even say, if you're from Florida and you're trashy, you might even say Tampa, baby.
No one has ever said Nigeria, baby. Ever. Anyway, so we moved 24 hours earlier to Michael, everyone's favorite straying 90-day fiance.
There is something I like about him because he really is just I think he is just as crazy as her, but in another way.
I agree with that.
He just seems like he's into the drama of it and he loves it. And I love that in the same breath he's like, Angela is my fiance, and soon the U.S. will be my home, and I'll have a green card. And it was like right out of his mouth.
I loved, and I heard this on my television. The U.S. will be my home, and I can't wait to see it. ... I mean, her.
I mean, he's invested.
He is totally there for a green card, y'all. I am convinced he is not in love with her.
Oh, no. And
I am convinced.
Convinced. And he's bitching that it costs $400 a month to talk to her for his data plan, but yet she's the one paying for it because she says Michael can't work because I got to know where he is. I don't need to know. I need to know who he's visiting.
The long and the short of it, y'all, is his friends who she calls the goofballs.
Goofballs.
They're like, you are the man, blah, blah, you stand up to him. And, sorry if I'm coughing. Anyhow, so they said, the man is in charge in Africa. You need to get all that, blah, blah, blah. So we get a quick cut back to Africa. And I don't know if you noticed this. Did Angela speak Nigerian, or was it English in a Nigerian accent?
I think she might have said Nigerian.
I think she might have too.
I was impressed.
I was struck by the fact that Angela knew Nigerian. Struck.
I mean, I was speechless, honestly, about it, because you would never think someone in that airport outfit would know.
With those clown pants.
I mean, those pants are some August Max bullshit. And come at me if you remember August Max, because I do. I remember that's where you get your corporate clothes for you girls.
And that T-shirt was Kato.
It was. It was Kato. I appreciate Angela's.
Come at us if you know Kato.
Come at us, because I do appreciate Angela's style. Because y'all, I'm going to be honest. I gain weight like Angela. I gain it around my middle, but my legs always stay slim. So probably when I'm 60, I'm going to wear blousey tops that I can eat in and just
with thin little legs
and just yoga pants with my flip flops, walking around my cute legs.
You'll be going to Max.
I will. I'll be going. I don't think August Max is open anymore, y'all. If y'all know where August Max is, yeah, it's done. It's done. And then Angela, she's like, I love Michael. I just need to see him with his dick on my face. I mean, face to face. That's all I need to know. I'm making the right decision.
There was another great quote where he said, where Michael said, I cannot afford to lose her. And I heard, literally, I cannot afford to lose her.
I literally wrote, no, really, he can't afford to lose her.
We're on the same page, y'all.
The same page. But then, okay, so here's the deal that fucks with me with this show. These people are like, they're totally not right together. But then when she runs out to meet him and the way he smiles and like grabs her up and they're just like kissing, I literally went aloud. I went, oh, this is cute.
Well, to be honest, the way he was slapping her butt and saying, you're getting fat, is the same way that my Aunt Joan greets me.
Yeah, that's what my Aunt Darla said. That she said, look at that belly, Matthew. You must be happy.
I mean, except for the open mouth tongue kissing, that's exactly the way my Aunt Joan greets me.
Exactly the way.
So,
does your Aunt Joan, when she gives you a hug from the airport, is she still holding her pack of Marlboros as well?
Yes, although it's those are usually Newports.
Oh, okay. Y'all, she doesn't. And then
she also says, draws her finger across my neck. If he screws up, that's it, which is strange.
And that's basically what happened to them. We're going to have some big shit next year because apparently somebody's putting spikes in the car. They get into a fight. And, props to Angela. She gets out of the car and doesn't even put down her Coke.
Angela's one of those country women who don't even think twice about getting out of the car to fight. They don't say, should I not go? They're like, what the fuck? And they're out of their seatbelt immediately.
We're watching the next episode together with popcorn.
Yeah, we need to. I agree.
Anyway.
Shall we move on to Chester Cheetah, a.k.a. someone described as the Grinch from How the Grinch Stole Christmas. On our Sissy
we
Squad.
had somebody on our Sissy Squad said that. It's pretty. And Yennefer.
Oh, Yennefer.
And Yennefer. Yeah.
All right.
Hey, you want some Cheetos? Yeah, that was Kim, by the way. Kim from our Sissy Squad. Thank you, Kim, for that.
We're not going to say her last name.
We're not, but he really does kind of look like Chester Cheetah or sometimes that baby Grinch. Not the Grinch adult one, y'all, the baby one. Go to the Sissy Squad or Google it. I think the thing that I got from all of this is my kind of first lonely heart for Tim is that Jennifer really doesn't give a fuck for him.
I agree. I thought
at all.
And also, Jennifer wants a guy to almost like date rape her.
Kind of,
like,
yes. It's
She
weird.
kind of wants him to be forceful with her.
Yeah.
Because she's like, I want a Latin guy who's like really going to like kiss me and be really into me. And for her,
and
that's like being really sensual. Yeah. And she wants a guy to smack her around. And I'll say, like Monique says sometimes, I like a first date to end up in a nice restaurant and end up in the emergency room. I don't have a problem with that. You know, just smack me around a little bit.
That's funny when Monique says it. It's not when you do. I just want to say that's not something we can appropriate.
Fine.
Not to, So
I like it when they get a little rough.
Yennefer is pissed off until Tim just starts bringing out all these fucking gifts, and then immediately she's fine.
Every time we fight, you should bring presents.
And then she said, and I was kind of surprised Jennifer said it, but then she said, he's really not my physical type, to be honest, you think? But she's like, but
he's a good family man.
This means, y'all, she just cares that he likes her daughter. This means that Violet has a terrible father. Her father is probably this really hot Latin guy with this like amazing. He has like one of those butts when you have sex that looks like Michelangelo's David's just moving in slow motion. But you know what I mean?
No, I don't. But I'm sure you can see it very vividly.
It's clear for me. And his name is probably Raul.
I want to move on to their date when they, where I said that Tim is wearing the Ryan Serhant collection from New York $1 Million Listing.
Ryan Serhant is cute.
He is, but he's wearing the exact same outfit.
He is wearing the exact same outfit.
And then Yennefer starts talking about, show my father that you are strong and man, you can use your hands. No, you know what? I kind of love a good manicure.
I love
She's like, she goes, that's because you're a pussy. And there's like, you could almost hear car wheels go.
And then
now, I have a question.
Yes.
Do you feel like there's a lag every time they cut to Jennifer to say something? Like she almost goes, "Como se dice?" Like it takes a while for maybe they're trying to get her a good take.
Maybe.
But I swear to God, there's like a 2-second lag every time she has to say something.
Well, I agree. It's very awkward with both of them together. Tim keeps saying they're nervous. I actually wonder if Tim is actually not attracted, like doesn't have chemistry with her. Because, y'all, that thing of them laying on the bed and her cuddling was one of the most uncomfortable things I've ever witnessed on TV. Y'all, I watched the last season of True Blood with Poodle.
There was more chemistry with me and like people I dated in college, girls I dated in college. There was more chemistry.
Yeah.
Than they had.
There was more chemistry than with me and any white guy I've dated.
That's saying something. More chemistry. Yeah. I'd also like to talk about that Tim is wearing dog tags. And they really bother me.
They're not good. He needs to not wear a tank top. I don't know why he wears that when doesn't really have the body for it, and
his head is so huge.
It's so huge, and then he has her put on those pajamas, and he's like, pajamas can be real sexy, and I'm excited to see them on you. And he does this weird eyebrow thing that just made me feel gross.
I called him a huge floating pair of eyebrows. Just in space. I noticed that her pajamas said bombshell and like 4 different fonts.
Y'all, they're not nice pajamas. It's not like they're bedhead pajamas. He got those from the Dollar Tree.
Those are Dollar Tree pajamas, or like those came from like a Burke's outlet that my mother loves.
As I said before,
she loves Burke's.
We don't have Burke's, but I've heard of it.
My mother wanted to stop there today after we went to Old Navy and Dallas DSW Shoe Warehouse. My mother's like, "You want to stop by Burke's? You love their black pants." And the black pants that I bought there, by the way, fell apart after like 3 washings.
And you probably bought them like 10 years ago, but that's still what she remembers because she feels so good about. My mom does. Remember when you got that coat at what was it she's saying the other day? What the hell was the name of that place? It became Outlet Malls. I can't remember. Oh well, I'll never remember.
Also, just as a sidebar, when I've been riding with my mother, every time we ride by a gas station, she calls out the price of gas. She goes, $2.25. You know it's $2.19 at Costco.
You know
it's always cheaper at Costco, y'all, and I hear it every fucking time we drive by a gas station.
You know that you're going to do that because you already do that with the weather. You obsessively check the weather.
I know.
Izod. I remember my mother brought me a sweater from Izod like 20 years ago, and we'll see the Izod. She's like, "You want to go there and get yourself a sweater?" I'm like, "Mother, no one shops at Izod anymore."
I can hear something creaking where you are.
My boyfriend's here, and he opened the door. Sorry, we're living life.
Anyway, I want to finally talk about where he's like, "You can stay if you like," and she's like, "Please turn off the lights."
Please turn off the light. And of course,
that's what I say whenever I've had sex and I'm done. And I tell them to leave.
I was going to say, I thought you usually say get out.
That's what I mean. Get out and turn off the lights.
Y'all, I'm just going to put this out there. If you're with a man and his idea of being sexually intimate with you is to put eye mask on your face, that might be a red flag.
That is a red flag. I agree.
I just want to say one thing because one of our listeners in the Sissy Squad, Jackie, we love Jackie in Maryland. She came at me and she said, because we brought this up before, she hadn't listened to our last week's episode, but she emailed me and said, "Do you think that Timothy is trans?" And the more and more
I thought the same thing.
I think almost the way, they really were playing this whole feminine. And
I don't think he's trans. I don't think he's trans, but I think he could easily be mistaken for one.
I hope he is not, only because I don't want that to be seen as like a gross, like repugnant thing. You know what I mean? Not. So I hope not. I
think he's too douchey to be trans.
I've met some douchey trans people. Anybody can be douchey.
But I know very few trans people who design and make artsy guns.
Maybe they're trying to be more manly.
Maybe.
We'll see.
Should we jump to our favorite Lonely Heart? But by that I mean our least favorite and the one that makes me want to cut my wrists.
Oh, bother.
Cesar.
Oh,
Eeyore.
I mean, there's really not a lot to talk about with Caesar. He's just in Mexico living his best life with his parrot shirt.
Well, he's there, and he has brought Maria some gifts because no one likes chocolate and gummy panties more than women.
Y'all, if you're
okay, come at us. Come on, if you're a straight woman who likes gummy or chocolate edible panties.
And even if you want to keep your name private, just send us a message. And y'all, I'm a therapist, and Jake was gay until he was 26, or straight till he's 26. So we know how to keep secrets. So just let us know if you're into chocolate or gummy panties, because we are fascinated by this.
I'm fascinated by women who want things to be eaten off of them.
Aren't you just worried about getting a yeast infection in your hoo-hoo?
Yes, that's why I don't want someone to like whipped cream or strawberries or like food. I just want to have sex.
Don't put any food in my butthole because I don't.
Exactly.
I'll get something.
It comes out. It comes out. Food comes out of it.
Mm-hmm. Yep. The only thing that's going in there is maybe some bologna, if you know what I mean.
So I know what you mean.
Okay.
So Caesar is he's confused why Maria hasn't been answering her phone calls. He comes up with a lot of good reasons, and I wrote a lot of these down.
Please tell me.
Those include maybe her. Sorry, everyone says it's kind of my Caesar is kind of like Barack Obama.
It is what it is now. You just have to do it.
Maybe her mailbox is full. Maybe she's maybe she's getting maybe she's getting on the plane. Maybe she's surprising me. Maybe she has gone into Russian or Ukrainian witness protection, and I believe that she's surprising me, and she's going to come to see her, and she has turned off her phone, and she has joined the Ukrainian space program. All these reasons that Maria could or could not be coming to see me.
That sounds logical. I mean, could be anyone. That just made me have an image. Do you feel like one day on our show we'll get popular enough where Barack Obama will come on our show and do a Caesar impression? You think that'll happen?
And then I do it back to him, and it's super meta.
I think that'll be... that could happen.
And he went, Jake, that is racist. And then let's talk about the Iowa corn-fed family that Caesar runs into in the pool.
Which I feel like, are these PAs that they got from the set, y'all? Because that father looked like a grip. Y'all know he was a grip.
He did. And the girls were too pretty to be random Iowa.
Yeah.
But I did write Iowa people, they'll believe anything. But even this family is like, and the son's like, she's catfishing you. And he's like, wait, really?
Wait, what
happened?
And then when he shows the picture of her, the one girl just keeps drinking her drink so she doesn't say anything. She's just like pouring it down her throat like, oh.
Everyone in that family, even if they are corn-fed Midwest as hell, goes, oh, this is not going to end well.
This is not going to end well. And then the dad's like, we want to meet her. We want to do shots with her. Thinking,
shots.
We want to see if this bitch is real.
I would want to see, too. That's about all I've got.
That's all I got, too.
And we just need our straight people to be crazy for this.
Y'all, if you be sure while you're looking, I want to remind everybody of Sissy Squad, our private Facebook group. Y'all come at us on the Sissy Squad or Twitter, Instagram, and put hashtag straight people be crazy. Let us know what your straight people be crazy is.
Y'all, we are almost to 300 people on our Sissy Squad.
It's pretty fantastic, y'all.
If you haven't joined it yet, and it's better than Matt's mic on his computer popping. It really is.
Wow. You're just saying that because you got a new computer.
Maybe.
And your mic sounds great.
Yours sounds like garbage, but that's fine. So my straight people be crazy is, so gay people on vacation, we're going to pack a lot of stuff. What we are not going to pack is edible underwear. We're going to pack flavored lube. We're going to pack condoms. We're going to pack poppers. We're going to pack everything. We don't need to eat off of each other. We're going to spend a lot of time eating blah, blah, blah each other. That's all I'm going to say. Straight people be crazy with this edible underwear shit. We don't need that. We don't do that. Gay people don't do that shit.
We don't do that at all.
We might keep it simple, stupid. That's us. I may pack a sling.
You know what? Good to be prepared.
Just a swing.
I want about 12 minutes into this episode. This is a straight people be crazy and a quote and quotable. It's when Darcy just says when she says, wickets. He says wickets, and Tom says wickets, and she says wickets. That sounds like a sex term. And he kind of gives her a little look like you shouldn't be saying that. And then they cut to Darcy in the confessional saying, "I'm starting to feel a little insecure." Yes, honey. Yes, we got that. Because straight people be crazy.
Now you're feeling insecure?
Starting to feel a little insecure. Somebody just pet my extensions.
It's like death becomes her. Now a warning?
What if one day that we don't realize, but our extensions are actually a cat and they just meowed? And we went, there was a cat in there the whole time.
There was a cat on that bitch's head.
Y'all, if y'all got
And the cat goes, "You're needy.
You're needy."
And or like they did in the commercial or the old cartoons. It's a living.
It's a living.
Flintstones.
Y'all, if you have a cat on your head, find us on Twitter or Instagram. You can find Jake at
Jake It or Fake It.
And you can find me at the Matt Maher, 2 T's, 2 R's. Again, we're on Twitter and Instagram. That's usually what we do the most. And if you go to just facebook.com/Sissy Squad, you can find the Sissy Squad group.
Join us, y'all. We're having fun there.
We are having fun on there. And lastly, y'all, again, thank you. I mean, really,
we're over the top of 100 views, but keep going, y'all. We would have get that new and notable because that is like the big dick that we all want.
It is that Benjamin penis we all want, y'all. It is.
Y'all, that thing is definitely beer can size. I'm saying this right now.
It's really its own character on the show.
Yes.
And
it's not pretty though. It's not pretty. I'm telling you that right now. It's not a pretty penis.
Doesn't matter
thick, though. You'd look at it and go, ugh, but you'd still want it.
Just close your eyes and pray. Also, lastly, y'all, be sure to, if you did leave a review, come at us, or either in the review or tweet us and give us a song request, something maybe you want to hear.
Fuck off. You know what? I'm going to curate this musical episode because that's how it works. Fuck all of you. I'll give you, you know what? Here's the thing. I'll give you something you'll like. But it's a musical episode, and we're going to decide. That's it.
And it'll probably be a bit, but we will do
requests. I don't take requests, okay?
Well, on that note, everybody, we love watching the show.
I'm watching Interview with the Vampire.
And you're just going to fall asleep to where he and Antonio Banderas almost kiss, and then you're going to
hot moment.
You're going to spooge your pants and then fall asleep with the remote in your hand. And on that note, everybody.
Oh.
Wow. What if your mom just walked in right now and said, "Jaybird"?
My mother calls me Jaybird.
Anyway, y'all, we appreciate it so much. If you do listen to the show, do leave us a review because, like Jake said, we still want to get those up and going. And you can go to everything and see all of our other shows: Southern Charm, Sabrina, River Mails, Dear Maddie. You can see all that at Sissy That.
You can even go all the way back to like TBT time.
It's true. You can go to TBT time. You could go to the Dear Maddie episodes when you and I were on, and we were giving advice to people.
Oh, fuck that shit.
Yeah.
Anyhow.
All right, everybody. You can go to that at sissythattalk.com. And Poodle, I will see you this week.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.